Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of this video series regarding plating, zinc plating, some stuff for my motorbike project. It's pretty cold in this garage, as a matter of fact. It's absolutely Baltic, but this is Northern Ireland and it's the month of February, so really that's par for the course. But anyway, look, I'm pretty much all set up with my 5 containers, and with the exception of just needing to add the coolant, the deionized water and the various chemicals for each respective container. Now, obviously, this one here is the main plating tank, the main plating container, and that's called the electrolyte. And there's quite a bit more to setting this up than the rest. Okay, so here's this plating tank that will contain the electrolyte for actually plating the components, and the majority of the chemicals go into this one here to make up the whole plating solution. And this thing here is called like a cathode or a buzz bar, whatever term you want to use for it. It's a piece of copper pipe here, and you'll see I have cut a section out of it at either end. Some people just flatten that and bend that over, and it basically just hooks on there like that. I just put those flats on there so that it wouldn't roll about or anything, and it hooks on there, and each of your little screws or whatever piece you're wanting to, or pieces you're wanting to plate, they just simply hang over this here and dangle down into the plating solution. And the idea is that you just have them submerged, but as close to the surface of the solution as possible. Okay, and then you connect your power to it. So I'll set that to the side for a moment, and I'll take this here away and show you the tank itself. Right, so here you'll see I have these things here are called the anodes. Now they came or I bought these additional ones. These aren't the original ones that came with the kit. I just bought these off eBay, and they just came that size, and I cut them down the center. You got five of them, I think, and I just cut them down the center and bored a tiny little hole in the top. And so I have 3 up each side. All right, I was going to initially I had planned on making this not only plate, do zinc plating, but do zinc nickel plating. So I bought nickel anodes, the same as those, and I cut those up the center as well to hang one in there and one on the other side. But I decided, I mean, it gives it a better corrosion protection on the parts that you've plated, but I've decided on reflection, although it would give a better corrosion protection for the parts to be plated with zinc nickel plating rather than just zinc, I've decided not to sort of pursue that or go down that road, because I was in contact with Gatoros Plating just yesterday regarding this, This is a zinc plating kit, and I asked him, do I need an extra, chemical to put in, because you get, zinc chloride and ammonium chloride to go in there, along with other things for the just to do the zinc. But if you want to do nickel in it, you have to add another chemical called uh, nickel chloride, and you can do that. But I was looking at nickel chloride, and it's pretty harmful. It's actually carcinogenic, and that is something that I certainly don't want to go down the road of having close proximity to. Yeah, you can wear masks and all of that business, and but no, I just don't want. I mean, I just want to keep stuff like that as far away from me as possible. So anything that's, that could cause cancer, and I'll stick up some information regarding that, and let you read it yourself. But anyway, I just didn't want to go down that road, so I've decided just to go for zinc only. Right. So I have put a copper a copper loop around here, and you'll have seen me cutting little red, well, they don't have to be red, little spacers here. Where are they? You know, this wee straw that you would get with a tube or a can of like WD-40 or any spray. I've just cut that into lengths and slid it over the wire, so that when the anode is hung on that, it doesn't pull this up. I've also opted to solder the wire together. This copper wire here is 0.7 of a millimeter. That is the stuff that you get with the kit. This is heavier stuff. This is 1 millimeter thick. So I have drilled 3 little holes there on either side, evenly spaced, fed the wire down through this little thing here, and soldered it, and that keeps it nice and straight and keeps it all together. And then all you have to do is hook your anodes on there again, and that's all there is to that. You could wrap that round tighter for a better connection, but anyway, that's that. So you need that because when you put your anodes are hooked onto the copper wire, which is in a continuous loop, and then when you put your parts into the solution, they're going to be hanging on copper wire that goes down into the solution, right? And then you're going to have this here power unit, and you're going to set it to the required ampage. I know it gives you voltage as well, but the ampage part is the one that you pay attention to. And then you hook your positive connection to the wire, and then you hook your negative connection to this copper buzz bar or cathode, and that then creates the current that these anodes are going to, the zinc from those is going into the solution and transferring itself onto the parts that you have hung down into the chemical solution, the electrolyte, and this continues the current. And then you simply I'll not do it now, but you simply switch this on like this. I'll put the power on. Which one is it? I think it's that one. and then you would there's I think it's, oh, I can't remember now, but you've got to put the amount of amps in that are required for the surface area of the parts that you're wanting to plate. So you work all that out. Whatever the surface area of the parts are, you put in the ampage to correspond with that. But I'll go into more detail about that in the next video when I actually plate something. So anyway, that's that, right? In addition to that, I have a little unit here called an aquarium air pump, and I have it going down through. I'll take this camera off and show you it more closely. Yeah, I have it fitted onto the front of that. It's very nice and silent and small and stuff. And there's a wee tube from it here, and I have it going down through the little these little suction cups that you get with these heaters. And then I cut oh, hold on, yeah, I'll show you. This stiff sponge here, I punched little discs out of those, and then with a hole in, and I have the tube going down through those. You get spare ones with those fish tank heaters, and yeah, and then it goes to that little stone and creates bubbles. And then I also have a fish tank a pump that will circulate the water. I have a heater in there as well for heating it all up. So there you go. Okay, so I've got some deionized water here that I have retrieved from my dehumidifier, and I have some very fine mesh. It's extremely fine, 120 strands per inch mesh. So I'll just decant some of this into this container and add it into each of those tanks, ready for the chemicals to add. Okay guys, so I have spread 30 litres of deionized water across these 5 containers, about 6 litres in each container, and then what I'll do now is I'll put all the heaters on, heat them up, and when they're all heated up to about maybe 25 or 30 degrees, I will add all the chemicals in each respective container. Now here's a thing here you definitely need, and I have one, and that's one of these masks here, a respirator mask, because you don't want to be breathing that stuff in there while you're adding that on. Adding that in, I mean. And I've also got gloves and a silicone spoon there to assist me while I'm doing that. So if I put those heaters on, you see them going on. There you go. All right, I'll just work my way along and do all that, and then come back and add the chemicals. All right, guys. And I also forgot to mention, I took the anodes out of that one there while I'm doing that. There they are, sitting there. So, and here's another thing I have is to assist me is a temperature probe. You know, there you go. You just switch that on. It's you can see it's only 7 degrees, and I've also got a countdown timer You know, you'd be putting, say you were putting something in there for 10 to 15 seconds. Well, you just do that, and then you go, say it was 10 seconds, and then you just do that. And when that goes off, that'll just beep and let me know. It should do anyway. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, that took about goodness, it must have taken about 3 hours to heat those 5 tanks up. And there's only about 7 liters in each of them. But I'll just double check it with this here. You see, as you can see, it's only 7.1 degrees here. So I suppose that's why it's taken so long. But well, we're already above 20 degrees. We're already above 21 degrees there, actually. And it's climbing 21.7 degrees. This one here, 23 degrees. All right. Not be too much talking out of me, which would be a good thing, I'm sure, for everyone. Put this here on me. Oh, and I've taken my mask off just to speak here. I should have said that the spoon needs to be washed in between each adding each of the chemicals in to avoid cross contamination. So the what do you call this, the dry acid salts will be next here, but we need to wash the spoon out first, and I've got a clean bucket of water for that. Okay, guys. So another fresh bucket of or container of water, and we're going to now do the electrolyte itself. So this is the ammonium chloride first, and then it'll be the zinc chloride, then the xylite, etc. Okay, now the yellow passivate last. That goes in there. Both of those, A and B. And a fresh a container of water to wash out after that one. Okay guys, so that's all the chemicals added as you seen going in. It's just a matter of now topping up all of the containers to the 10 litre mark that I've indicated on each one of them. You can see this one here is considerably higher than this one because of the amount of stuff that went into that one. And obviously I'll not be adding my anodes into that one until I'm ready to plate, which will be in the next video, hopefully. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks as ever for tuning in and following along, and stay tuned for the next one, guys. Bye. So I did top them up a little bit. I have to get another wee drop of ionized water from my dehumidifier, but anyway, I just decided to just set the lids on there just to keep anything from getting in there. Okay guys, all the best. Bye.